Hello and welcome BitMonger family, Monger here. Crypto update. We're looking at Bitcoin. It is pumping, guys. It is 121,600. I just saw it hit it and it is looking strong, guys. I'm very optimistic. If you guys have been following me and taking my lead, you have been doing very, very well. So what I want to get into today is we're going to quickly take a look at Altseason. And generally what happens with Altseason, right now we're still Bitcoin is ripping, so it hasn't completely gone into Altseason yet, but it is getting close, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to be looking at to determine when Altseason really does go into full effect. And usually ETH is the leading indicator, and we have seen ETH go up massively. If you followed my lead on that one, you would have bought it weeks ago and you would have doubled your money, guys. Doubled your money, okay? And now if you use leverage, you would have absolutely cleaned up. So let's take a look at what the indicator that I'm looking at first. And it is Bitcoin dominance. And to see this, you go to TradingView and you type in BTC period D, and you can see it here. And this is the Bitcoin dominance. You can see that if I zoom out here, I drew this line all the way back to where we had the bottom. Let me see. This is where the Bitcoin dominance bottomed back in November 2022, and then since then it's just been on a tear, which means you would have been better off having your money in Bitcoin rather than altcoins. And if we can see, this trend line is coming up, and it touched it here one time, and now it's touching it again here. So what I'm going to be looking for, guys, is for my indicator is I'm going to be looking for the weekly, on the weekly chart, to see it breaking below this trend line. And when that happens, that will be a good time to be, maybe adding to your bets on your altcoins. Generally, when this breaks down, altcoins rip. And like I said, Ethereum leads the charge. And let's look at what Ethereum's doing. We can see, and I was telling you guys to buy it. I think it was like around, I can't remember, maybe it was around here, I think, is when it broke out around here. I was mentioning to buy it, and we can see it's absolutely ripped, and it is doing well, and I think this is going to continue. So you want to be keeping an eye on this. And let's take a look back here at some of my calls that I made earlier. You can see right here, okay, market fib levels, crypto altcoin treasuries. Go back and look through this. Here we go. We got this one right here, fib levels, Bitcoin, ETH, Sol, XRP, Arrow, Ondo, Camino, Jupe. Now, if you guys were following this one, you guys would be doing well right now, especially Ondo, Arrow. Those have absolutely ripped, guys. I mean, take a look at the Arrow bet. Look at that. In the past 7 days, it's up almost 50%, guys. You might want to be paying attention. You might want to be listening to me, guys. I'm making a lot of money here. I'm sure I make a lot more than a lot of these guys that are doing these little YouTube channels. I'm sure of it. I'm doing this more for fun. In fact, I'm doing this to document for my son and to help people. But when my son goes back and he looks at this, he can see what I've been recommending to people and advice that I'm recommending on women and whatever. But in particular, I'm hoping that he gets what I'm recommending about how to invest wisely. So we can see I did that back here. That was 2 weeks ago, guys. If you had bought some of those coins, you would be doing very, very well now. What else do we got here? Arrow. I told you guys to buy Aerodrome. Actually, it was 3 weeks ago. I mentioned it here again. I did a whole thing on it, along with, I think I also connected this one to Coinbase. And Coinbase is also ripped. So guys, you know, it pays to pay attention. Who do you listen to? Do you listen to some guy that's just talking about how he's just making it? Getting by on the minimum? It's really important to filter who you listen to, because if you listen to people that are just getting by or only looking at how to survive, you're probably not going to be doing well. So I strongly recommend you filter out, you know, people that are successful. Listen to people that are successful. Listen to people that have a history, and ignore the newbies. Ignore the people that are, you know, talking about things that really aren't going to make a difference in your life. And that's my advice to you guys today. It's been a fantastic day in crypto. I'm looking forward to it. I believe Altseason is going to be happening. My guess is it could be happening in the next few months. The M2 money supply did drop down. That's a 90-day lag on that. So it could happen in the next couple months where it starts to dip again. But things are looking positive. Definitely by the end of the year, I would be looking to get a position. If you're too late on Ethereum, if you didn't take that trade, I would be looking to get in about 4K. That would be a good area to enter if you missed the trade. But again, I'm more bullish. I think there's going to be more upside on these other coins. But it's good to have both, because the money flow will be going Bitcoin, goes to Ethereum. Next would probably be Solana, XRP, other major layer 1 coins within the top 10, top 20. And then it goes into mid caps, and then it goes into smaller caps. And the way you usually win is by, you know, getting a position before that money flows in. And it could be risky. So if you're using leverage, you need to be very careful. Remember to set a stop loss there if you're using leverage. Otherwise, you know, a good spot position can do well. Like I had a spot position, guys, that I had made back in the day. It was under $3,000, and that thing ended up going to like 140K. Massive returns. Now, I don't think we're going to get those kind of returns probably this cycle, because there's just been a massive proliferation of new coins that have come on the market, and they're not all going to pump. So you need to be more selective this time on picking good coins. And hopefully I can, help you there. All right, guys. Hope you're all doing well, and monger on.